Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we are checking out a product from HIG VR, and it is their HIG VR Gunstock. Person that created this has sent me a sample to kind of test it out and let you all see what this product is all about. Now, some of you are really big into gun stocks. I really am not a fan of gun stocks. Some of them are really cool, but I really think that a lot of them just do not nail what they say they're going to do. This one is a little bit pricey at $99 US, but you can get it for anything that is Meta, pretty much everything Valve, and even the PSVR 2. What's really cool about this is that you can actually get a bipod, which is really cool if you're into that. If you want that added on, you can definitely do that. It does up the price about 50 bucks though. It's made of some pretty good 3D printed materials, I guess you could say. It has some fake carbon fiber, but does look really good to it. So we're definitely going to check it out from the unboxing all the way to the assembly and use, and you can use it on some of these games here below. So let's go ahead and hop into it and see what this is actually all about. Alright, so here we go with the unboxing of the HIG Gunstock here. Now, I do want to say that the box that it came in was absolutely crushed. Because of that, there was a little bit of damage. I don't know if you can see it right here to the box right here. That is no fault of the company itself. I believe that had to do with UPS or whoever it was that shipped it. I forgot to see who it was, to be honest with you. Now, it came in a brown box, and basically this was on the outside of it, which is obviously a piece of the actual gun stock in some way, shape, or form. But it was wrapped on the inside of the box really well with bubble wrap and a few things, to keep things from shifting around in the box. So, it being crushed like that is definitely because of the shipping company, not because of the company itself. A little disappointing, but, it is what it is. I would be pretty peed off all the time if I was working for them to delivering all those packages. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of it. Like I said, this came outside of it. I don't know if it's just something that didn't fit in the box or whatever the case may be, but we'll figure that out here once we get to the installation. So the box looks pretty nice. It's got a little bit of information on the back of it here. It's kind of hard to see. Hopefully y'all can see everything. Basically says these are compatible with the Quest 1, 2, 3 Pro and Rift S. Valve Index, Pico, Neo 3, Pico 4, the Vive, and so on and so forth. And it just shows a few games here that the Gunstock works pretty well with. We will be testing that later on in the video as well. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up here. It's got a pretty tight sleeve on it to begin with, so there is that. So it kind of keeps everything nice and snug in there. Holy cow, it's really on there. Let's lay that out to the side for now. Alright, looks like it opens up like so. And this is the first time I'm unboxing it with y'all, so we're going to go through everything that it has. Looks like we got something in some Chinese, Japanese for a quality assurance test that it is passed, so that's cool. We have our Gunstock guide here, and basically what this is probably shows us how to assemble it, which is really nice. And there's going to be quite a few moving parts to this, so the assembly might be a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but we'll take a look at that here in a moment. Now inside the Gunstock case here, we have a foam pad, which really keeps everything nice and in place. We have our anti-slip sling here, which is really cool. Pretty good size, not too bad at all. I really do like that. So we do have that. And believe it or not, it looks like we have the butt of it here. And wow, it actually, this is 3D printed, it looks like. But I don't know. I can't tell if it's 3D printed or not, but it has some weight to it. There's like some really good weight to this, and I was not expecting that. So it feels actually really good quality. And to be honest with you, because of the weight, it really almost feels like a real butt end of a real firearm. and I'm actually really impressed with how that looks and feels. The weight is something that I haven't seen from a lot of gun stock still, and wow, it feels pretty dang good in the hand, that's for sure. So definitely let y'all see that. Hopefully you could see it like you need to here, and we'll move that box out of the way so you can kind of see. I'm trying to record it as the best possible way that I can here for y'all, but there is that. So there is the butt stock for you. Looks like we got a little bag here that basically has some of our tools in it. Looks like everything is assembled by Allen wrenches and just some screws, which is great. So there's nothing too major there. Just a few little things. Looks like our Quest controllers will plug into those. We've got some washers, Allen wrenches, just a few little nuts and bolts. Also in here, as you can see, we have it all foamed off, and this is the rest of our gun stock. We'll go ahead and pull those out. Now, if you can't tell in the video, hopefully you'll be able to. This is basically carbon fiber. It is not real carbon fiber, but it does look pretty good as far as just the texture to it. Hopefully y'all can see. I can really put it up to the camera here. You can really see the carbon fiber inlay on it. Looks pretty cool and pretty neat. So overall, I think the boxing looks really, really good. It feels like it's actually quality, which is great. And I don't think you complain too much of that, really. It's a lot more impressive than I thought it was. I've had ones like this from other companies. The last time I did a gun stock review was basically when the channel was first being made there. And you can take a look back at that. I can't even remember the name of the gun stock. But this one is a little bit higher quality than that one. And yeah, so I'm going to be pretty stoked to actually mess around with this and get it together. So let's go ahead and try to do that right now. Right, so I've kind of got it laid out here how this thing is kind of going to go together. It's pretty simple and easy, just a few little nuts here and there. But one thing that I do want to show you is this piece right here, I believe, is probably an extender bar of some sort to make the stock longer. Unfortunately, in the directions, it really doesn't show how to use this or how to assemble it. Luckily, in my case, I really don't need it, but someone who has probably a bigger arm span would probably want to use that in some way, shape, or form. So, with that being said, basically, just, you know, keep that aside if you need it. Hopefully they can update their instructions at some point to see how that goes. I'm thinking it goes somewhere in the middle here instead of having one of the other pieces, or it attaches to it, but I don't see how it really slides in, being how these are the actual ends of it. So not sure exactly what that is, so that's maybe something they can improve on here. So all of the tools that you need are going to be in the back of this, so you basically can just pull those out, which I use this other Allen wrench that they had because they are actually really pretty good inside the stock there, which is cool because it's a easy place to keep them. And they do have like magnets. I don't know if y'all could see those down here to actually keep those from falling out. So that's really, really cool, and I definitely like that. So we'll go ahead and start with the assembly here, kind of following the directions. Really nothing too major to this, to be honest with you. Now we got this finally assembled right here in this corner. Now, I will say you need to be careful and make sure you line up everything properly and absolutely perfectly straight before you start putting these in. It can pretty much strip out if you're not careful with it, and that's kind of what I just did, but also at the same time I was able to save it. So just be careful of that. Up next, we're going to throw this one in, and I did bring my drill just to make this a little bit faster. I would 100% say do not use the drill, use the Allen wrenches, but I definitely like how snug and tight I can get it with the drill here. So, you know, Allen wrenches work just fine, but you definitely, if you want a little bit of a a little bit more tightening power on that, go ahead and use a drill. Just be really, really careful with it. But so far, so good. It's assembled. You know, we're getting there. Now, these cups, they basically go into what would be right here up top for you. Now, you want to be careful with the cups here because it's basically showing that this is the left hand and needs to go up top. And this is the right hand and needs to go down here. You know, and you can do it vice versa depending on however you hold your gun stock. Now, it does show, I don't know if y'all can see it here, but there's an R right here for the right, and there is an L right here for the left. So just make sure you're looking at that properly. And basically how you want to set it up is how you would your cups would come out. So on the right hand, you want to make sure the curve here is coming outwards because you're going to be basically pulling your right hand out, and then your left hand would be out the other way. So definitely be careful of that and make sure you are assembling that the proper way. And this one's a little different because it is 3D printed, so the holes aren't absolutely punched out, so you may need to kind of screw all the way down in there first before you have to start screwing it in. So just be aware of that, which is kind of what's happening here. Go ahead and screw that one in, and this one seems to be going in just fine. And we'll do the same thing with the right one here. That one just slid in no problem, so that one's perfect. Go ahead and screw that one in. Now, I will say the whole entire time, this thing is definitely quality. There's no doubt about that. It feels great. What I am a little concerned with just looking at it already is how the controllers are actually going to sit in here, because they don't feel like they snap or hold in there at all. You can see how quick that falls out. So I'm a little concerned with that. Maybe we'll see how that actually works when we get to playing. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next step here. And you can see that is connected in there pretty well. Looks pretty good. Not too bad at all. Pretty nice. Now, it does adjust right here at the pivot points. So you want to make sure you kind of have those locked in how you want to. You're going to tighten those up as well, depending on where you want those to actually sit. So you're going to have to play around with it a little bit, you know, kind of see how you want those to be locked in, and you can go from there. But mine feel like they're pretty much locked in where they need to, so we're going to tighten those up real fast. All right, so you can actually adjust your buttstock to right here with these two screws. This comes inwards and outwards depending on how you want that to feel. I'm going to leave that right there because I like it. And then we just got our gunsling. We'll just go ahead and throw right here and right here. And pretty much bada bing, bada boom, it is all set up. Now, we do have some extra hardware here. The directions I came with really had no indication of where they're supposed to go. Although I'm willing to bet they probably go here and here now that I'm looking at it, because they've got one right here. But the directions do not state they go right here at all. So there is that for you. So make sure you definitely put those in where they're supposed to, because I'm pretty positive that's where they go, is right here and right here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and do that real quick, but other than that, it definitely looks pretty solid, pretty nice. I do like it. It is a pretty good quality. Just make sure you're tightening down your pivot points is really well how you want them to be tightened up, so you don't have too much play in it. Your stock here does come forward and backwards, so make sure you tighten that up really well. And other than that, pretty solid little gun stock so far, and not too bad for the price, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and hop into the actual gameplay of me using it, and we'll give some of my thoughts on what I think about it. All right, everybody, here we are in Contractors. And the first thing I gotta say here is I am a little upset about the controllers going into the actual cups here. Hopefully y'all can see that. It feels a little awkward, and it's almost like you have to grip the cups and your controllers at the same time to get them to stay in there. I would really like to see something magnetic, or maybe even curve these cups just a little bit more so they actually kind of like snap a little bit. Maybe there's something you can do to just make those cups a little rounder to make it feel like it snaps in, because these ones, they definitely, I mean, I could just let go and you could see, I mean, that's in there and they just fall right out. So hopefully y'all can see that. It doesn't really, you know, stay in there like it should. So, you know, that's it staying in there, but that's tilt, and you can see I just turn a little bit, it falls out. So that's one downside right here, right now about this. Other than that, picking up the weapons, you know, feel pretty good. There is some stability to it, as you can see. It does help you improve your shot. There's no doubt about that. It definitely works pretty good around. You could drop your magazine, reload. You know, it doesn't hinder that in any way, shape, or form if you're used to gun stocks here. So it's pretty cool. Doesn't feel terrible. You can definitely still run around and play like you want to, which feels great. Not too terrible at all as far as that goes. Now, when you go to like marry up with a pistol, you know, depending on how you shoot, the butt stock kind of might get in your way a little bit. But for the most part, it feels fairly decent. You know, you can grab everything, pick everything up. Not a massive deal here. But let's go ahead and we will go ahead and calibrate the settings here. Let's see. We can calibrate our height. We've done all that. Everything looks good there. We'll go ahead. We enabled it physically. We'll go ahead and calibrate the gun that I use here, just so we can make sure that's good. We'll bring that to where it needs to be, and to be honest, it's pretty good right where it was at, so I'm really not having too much trouble really doing that. So it looks pretty good right where it's at, so we'll leave that right there, and we'll go ahead and we'll hop in a match here and see what we can come up with. Ooh, he got hit pretty dead on right there, so that's not too bad. So I will say there is stability, that's for sure. I would 100% say that your shot definitely is a bit better with a gun stock regardless of who you are. So if you have a gun stock, it definitely will help you out, just period. But I'm really not digging the cup holders. That is my big peeve right now. As you can see, I'm also not able to rip it like I wanted to. We're about to die here, for sure. Oh, thought I had infinite ammo, but I guess not. So go ahead and this is on easy mode, so I'm getting rocked, as you can see. We can grab our... It almost just, yeah, really feels like you're not grabbing the actual gun stock until you're actually like grabbing it and then putting it in the gun stock. So it feels a little awkward. And I do have the calibrations right, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. But it does definitely give you better aim. There's no doubt about that. The stability in your shoulder with the butt stock feels absolutely fantastic. It's just it really feels like these cups just slide out of place without them being magnetic or snapping in. And sometimes the magnetic ones can be really too strong, so you definitely want them to have some strength, but not, you know, too strong in there. You can see pretty good accuracy from there. I dig it. definitely helps you with the aim, no doubt about it. I do like that quite a bit. Go ahead and grab this ammo here. So overall, it definitely feels pretty good. For the price, though, I'm not quite sure until we get this cup issue solved. Oh, crap. Dropped my magazine.
Reloading.
The guy right in front of me didn't even realize it. Not terrible, not terrible. Yeah, like I said, it feels good. It definitely has stability. I feel like what really throws it off is these cups. Definitely would like to see something a little more concrete as far as the cups go. Alright, so that kind of just shows you what's going on here as far as the hand movements and as far as accuracy goes. I don't know. I'm kind of undecided, to be honest with you, because you kind of have to get used to it, and then you also kind of have to calibrate it exactly how you want it, and I've definitely done that for sure. So let's go ahead and hop out of the game here, and we'll kind of discuss exactly what we got going on and what I think some of the issues are. Alright, so basically what I'm going to say as far as the stock goes here, it's really not a terrible device here. I think for the price, it might be a little too expensive for what it is. Maybe we can knock it down about 20 bucks. It'd be a really good price for something like this. The stock is definitely really high quality. You know, it feels sturdy. It feels like it's made with good materials. The strap here feels really good. The bungee's good on it, so you can kind of sling things around, not too bad. Overall, it's really high quality. I think what's really holding it back, though, is these cups. I mean, they don't stay in at all. And I don't know if you can really go with magnetic ones, because a lot of the magnetic ones are just way too strong. I think if you curve this cup just a little bit more, it would kind of snap in there and snap out, and it would feel pretty good on there. I would like to have a nice snap feel to this to really make it feel like you're in there. Calibration is going to be one of the big things for a game like Contractors here, and you know, it feels pretty good once you get it calibrated, but it really is holding the stock back because of these cups. I think if we can improve on that, it would be absolutely amazing. Maybe drop down the price a little bit so it's a little bit more affordable to everybody. Easy assembly, you know, easy to set up and all that good stuff, but it just, these cups don't make it feel like you're really holding the gun. There's a lot of slippage in it, which is quite concerning when you're actually playing a game like this, because it definitely can mess up your shots, especially when you're in the heat of the moment. But other than that, pretty good little gun stock here. Not bad at all. I would like to see those little tiny improvements, and I think we definitely can do that, no doubt about it. So if you definitely like what you saw and you want to try the gun stock out, or you want to check out its improvements over time, I will leave all the links down in the description below. Check that out. Like I said, it's not bad. I think it does need a little bit of work here and there, but for the most part, pretty decent stock, that's for sure. Especially if you're looking for something on the cheaper side and you're not trying to spend hundreds of dollars on those really wild gun stocks. So if you like what you saw, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll see y'all in the next video.